So I'm at Yellow still, and one thing I was thinking about is, although it's sad that 30,000 people lost their jobs, and who knows how many 20,000 truckers, I don't know. A lot of truck drivers lost their whole life, their livelihood, their careers from Yellow, you know? Stuff like, that's heartbreaking. I feel for them when you sacrifice your whole entire life, 30, 40 years, 20 years, for a company, and then they just shut the doors on you. It's pretty sad. And so we are coming up to
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Division Street.
USF Holland Facility. It's a brand new facility back in 2015 that Yellow Trucking Company built.
Turn right onto Division Street.
And it cost them $11 million. I even almost went to work here after truck driving school. I wanted to come see for myself. Dang, that's a sharp corner. If they are truly ceasing operations, like if they're shut down. And as you can see, it looks like all their trucks are definitely parked. I'm not gonna be able to get in there. Wow, that is so sad.
Right, then turn right.
I'm gonna pull up in here. I'm just curious, do they have any kind of like operational ceasing signs up? How sad, man. And now, what, 8 years later, they're closed down? What everybody's not telling us, I think, is the fact that the Teamsters probably had a big responsibility of why they shut down. Oh, yep, see the C stop, the locks. The locks on the gate, and then that sign right there says 12. We are ceasing operations have ceased. Yep. Wow, that's so sad. But yeah, it makes you think, like, what people are not telling us is that the union definitely had a big reason for the shutdown. Yellow was suing the union because the union, the Teamsters blocked Yellow from restructuring how they wanted to and expanding to modernization, and they did that for 9 months. The Teamsters blocked them for like 9 months while they were trying to restructure. And so they couldn't restructure their organization without the Teamsters approval. And so 9 months went by, and you can imagine how many customers they lost because of the non-compliance from the Teamsters. So that's like why a lot of companies, there's only like 2 other companies in trucking that are still part of the union. And that's probably because, I mean, there's not a lot of flexibility with being a part of the union, because they can go on strikes, and when they go on strikes, all of your customers get scared and go to the competitors. The way that Yellow kept their customers is they were so much cheaper than all their competitors, but obviously that came at a cost, with less reliable than all their competitors. So I don't know for sure, you know, like no one knows except operations, like the management. But I do know it's a sad day because, you know, 30,000 employees, I think a few hundred at this place, 30,000 employees lost their jobs. And is it because the union members wouldn't agree? You know, they were already in a tight position. They've been failing for years, but they were restructuring their debt, and they got 700 million from the federal government, and like it seemed like they were like trying to figure things out. And then to add to the mix, the union basically put them on hold from being able to restructure their company to keep on going, to keep on trucking. And it's almost like the union members like led their own demise. I mean, the CEO is telling everybody, like, look, if you guys keep on striking us, we're gonna close down and nobody's gonna have a job. So I don't know, man. I just know that the union members definitely could have done more to avoid this shutdown. My heart goes out to all those drivers, man. Gave 30, 40, 20, 30, 40 years of their life, their blood, sweat, and tears for this company. And now it's gone. You know, it's just crazy. It's sad, and my heart goes out to you guys. And if any of you were or are a driver for them, reach out to me and I'll try to help you. It's got to be tough, man. So I'm at Yellow still, and one thing I was thinking about is, although it's sad that 30,000 people lost their jobs, and who knows how many 20,000 truckers, I don't know. A lot of truck drivers lost their whole life, their livelihood, their careers from Yellow, you know. And so I just had to say, you know, my little quick prayer for all the drivers and all their families who have lost their career, their benefits, you know, all that good stuff. Like, that's heartbreaking. I feel for them when you sacrifice your whole entire life, 30, 40 years, 20 years, for a company, and then they just shut the doors on you. It's pretty sad, and I'm sure they're experiencing a lot of anxiety and depression and anger. So although a lot of people lost their jobs, for the overall trucking market, for the owner-operators, this should help the freight market rise again, come from out of the ashes, because let's face it, the trucking market has been in a deep depression. The freight rates are in a recession. The contract freights are in a recession. There's too many trucks and not enough freight, and the brokers even are going out of business. So this massive company like Yellow should help that cause. It should help the load to truck ratios, the load, you know, because there's going to be a lot of their customer freight that has to go somewhere, and it's not all going to be able to go to the competitors like Saya and XPO and Old Dominion. There's too much. They had too much freight, too many customers. So I think two things will be good for the freight market is, one, there's going to be a lot of excess freight from their customers that the customers are going to have to go to competitors, and the stuff that doesn't go to their competitors is going to have to go to the spot market, and that's good for me and you and owner operators and other trucking companies. And also 20,000 or however many used trucks they have, those got to go somewhere. Where are they going to go? Right, they got to go to the used truck market. So that'll what? Increase the supply of the trucks and lower the price, lower the value. So we'll be able to get trucks for cheaper. And I think this might be like a part of the turnaround for trucking, turnaround for the freight markets. Like, let's get up out of this sad and somber freight recession. But I just wanted to come here because this is a brand new facility that I knew about, and I knew that Yellow was out of business and ceased operations, but I wanted to see, is this USF Holland facility, which is like a subsidiary of Yellow, are they truly closed down? And they are. It looks sad and somber and depressing here, and they have notes. The gates are chained up and notes saying that we have ceased operations. It's just crazy to me that such a massive company like this, who employed 30,000 people, built this, you know, building just 8 years ago for $11 million. Such a staple in the trucking world is gone, just gone like that. It's wild to me.